some impressions of the secondary and they're really going here?
Our start's way better than we started spring, which was expected. They know how we really want to play and how we expect them to run the ball and all the technique. They know that, so we're far ahead than we were in the spring, which is great to see. And we just got to get better each day. I mean, this is day 2. I think we got better, but we can't take that step back. So by September 3rd, we got to be ready to go.
What does the 3-4 defense allow you guys to do back there that the 4-3 wouldn't allow you guys to do? How does it change for your group?
It's a good change up for us because it confuses a lot of offenses. Where are we coming from? Who's coming? Who's dropping? And that confuses the quarterback and allows him to make some bad decisions at times. And also allows us to confuse the O-line where we're coming from, and again, get pressure on them. I tell my DBs all the time, our best friend should be the D-line. They cause rush throws or bad throws, tip balls. All right, and then on the other side, if we have good coverage, we allow them to get sacked. So it's a good relationship we have with that D-line. So I think 3-4 help us and confuse the offense sometimes.
Kendrick looked to have a pretty good spring at the corner. What was the decision to make him a safety?
Kendrick is one of our smarter DBs, and the fact that he'll be able to do both will help us in the long run, just in case something goes wrong. But I think he's smart enough and he's physical enough to play the safety, and at the same time he has the skills to play corner. So we're just trying to see how he's doing at safety, and he's doing pretty good as he did at corner as well. So, just the more you can do, in any profession, the more you can do, the more valuable you are. So.
Can he make switches, throughout the season, or is it going to stay with one position?
No, we can if we need to. Obviously, you'd like to, get a guy, in a routine and able to make plays. But if we have, those utility players that can go, multiple positions on defense or go defense offense, you got to utilize those guys.
Does it seem like you guys have a lot of guys that can go cornerback, safety, cornerback right now? I
mean, if you look at our roster, a lot of our safeties were corners at the time. But our philosophy, me and Bresky's philosophy, is we want to get cover guys. We want to get corners. And the smart is guys that can tackle and aren't afraid to hit. We'll see if they can play safety. But we want those corner skills, coverage, speed, and then we'll make the adjustment. And I think you see Desmond Banks was a corner, Armand Hawkins was a corner, Kendrick. Those type of guys we like to recruit as corners and then see what they can do.
How has it been working with Bresky so
far? Me and Bresky have worked together before, so I know his personality. I know how he is, and it's every day is an exciting day for Bresky. So he's an animated, and he's a great defensive mind, and it's I'm learning every day from him. I learn different stuff, pressures. I mean, he's a good defensive minded coach, so I'm glad to be working with him.
What's your transition been like? Just Moscow and working with the staff and with the school players?
Just under a different regime, different head coach. You got to get used to how things are run. I was, at Montana for 5 years under 2 head coaches, and things stay pretty the same. But I'm always up for change. I tell my guys never get comfortable. Once you get comfortable, you stop growing. And this allowed me to grow as a coach, learning from Coach Petrino, a great head coach. Learning how he does things, his philosophy. He has a lot of experience from NFL, the SEC. So I'm learning how to work, how to grind, which I'm all for. And it's been a pleasure.
What have you noticed with the team speed? It seems like talking to coaches and players, the team. I know you weren't here last year, but team speed has been better than it has been in the past.
Yeah, we're better from when we started the spring. I watched pretty much every game multiple times from last year, and I do see we're running better. Even our big guys up front, they're playing faster, which is good, and we want people to turn on the film and say, wow, those guys play fast and they play physical, and that's what we're instilling in our guys, so they can play fast and physical and with confidence. So.
Talking to Coach Bresky yesterday, he said a big emphasis for your group was takeaways. Mm-hmm. It's not something that the secondary thrived with last year. How do you guys try to emphasize that during practice?
I'd say every opportunity we have, if that ball's in the air, we got to have the mentality that it's ours. All right, and we're going to study our opponent so much that we can play the percentages on what they're going to play, what they're going to run, by multiple, issues. But if that ball's in the air, we got to have the mentality as a secondary that we're going to go get it. If it's overthrown, we dive for it. We got to want that ball as much as we want to eat. So we're instilling that in them. I do a lot of ball drills so they get used to catching the ball, used to judging the ball in the air. We do turnover rips, and we emphasize strips and all that fun stuff. So we're putting a huge emphasis on getting the ball back and creating turnovers.
Have you guys been pretty good in that area through the first 2 days? I know Russ has come away with a few picks and a few takeaways from a few different guys.
Yeah, Russell is doing good, and you'll see our guys, they're always ripping at the ball, ripping. You know, we can't really do a lot of contact right now because we don't have pads on, but once we get pads, we expect a lot more, you know, pops and rips. I'd like to. We've been getting a few PBUs as well, but I want some picks. You know, I'm a little selfish and greedy on that aspect of turnovers. So.
Is there a leader emerging from the group? I know Jay-Sean is probably the most experienced guy back there, but is there one or two other guys?
I think Russell's definitely progressed into being that leader, always getting everybody lined up. He has, you know, he's leading by example and vocal leader on the field, and that's great to see. As a safety, you want that as a safety. Rarely you'll get a corner to do that because in our defense we don't want the corner to say anything because we got too many cooks in the kitchen. Stuff gets messed up. So we want that safety to be kind of that quarterback back there and get everybody lined up. And I think Russell's doing a great job of that. And like I said, we always got to get better.
Okay, you good?